I'm about to take it to these niggas real HD, real high definition. You dig? Watch. Yeah. Shit I do for a living. Shit I eat for a living. Watch. It's how I live for a living. Watch.
So y'all living in the Matrix?
Something like that. Yo, mic check, 1 2 1 2. We in the building. It's the High Def Podcast episode. I don't know when I'm gonna post this, but it's another episode. We have Star Walker in the building.
Howdy.
How you doing today, Star?
Pretty good.
That's what's up. But yeah, we was having a little conversation off the scenes, off camera, and I was like, fuck it, this is some good content. I didn't want to hit it till later because it's a lot of information that I don't know all the details about, but I do know enough. I know a ballpark figure to kind of get my point across. So anyway, like I was saying, have you ever heard of Moore's Law?
No, not till we started talking about it.
All right, so from what I know about Moore's Law is it's a law created by this guy, something Moore, back in the 50s, 60s, something like that, I don't know. But it's about a microchip, and basically the microchip is like the single most important component in our computers or our phones or a video game or anything that, you know, without going into too many details. And basically he was saying that every 2 years or something like that, the microchips are going to get smaller and they're going to double in size, and which would give us smaller, all right, our phones. Phones used to be a fucking suitcase back in the day.
True.
Then we got the big block joints. Remember the what's it called? I used to want one of them shits. There was the Saved by the Bell joint.
Yeah, the big.
Yeah, the big gray joint, like with the antenna, like you was the shit, the paid in full joint.
Yeah.
I don't even know how motherfuckers stuck that in their pocket. Now I think about it.
It wasn't in their pocket.
How they hold it?
They walked around with it, or it was in their briefcase.
You know what? Because you was flexing. I got this brick right here. I got a cell phone.
Yeah.
But anyway, so our cell phones went from like them big bricks to smaller and smaller and smaller in a quicker time frame. It didn't take like, hold on.
True.
So like that brick phone to the car phone, we'll just say not even that big of a gap from the brick phone to the car phone was years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now it's like we got a computer literally and a phone that is this big. And it's only this big by choice. You can get a smaller one. Like, that's what I mean. What were you about to say?
Nah, I was gonna say. I mean, even our computers, because computers used to take up a whole like floor of a
if you
of a
look
building.
up, I was about to say that. If you look up the history of computers, that shit was a building at first. It was like a building, like, and those microchips weren't as small as today. They were huge. They were like computers. So you had a bunch of big microchips compacted into a computer, compacted into a room, and that created a computer. The monitor is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, that wasn't even with a monitor.
Yeah, the monitor is something completely different. Like your computer is what controls everything, and your monitor is what it just projects what you are doing or the controls that you put into your computer. I'm going too deep right now, but
we're living in the Jetson age now.
Yeah,
we technically are though. I don't know if y'all remember that cartoon or whatever, but on the Jetsons, I remember when they used to watch and they would talk to each other and they could see each other's faces on the phone. We was like, "Oh, that's hot," when we was little.
That's a fact.
And then I remember when AT&T dropped the commercial and it was a little office phone that they had set up with a monitor on it where you could talk two ways and people could do like business conference calls and stuff. Mm-hmm. That was before the internet hit really big and like they were before they got to cell phones with FaceTime and all that other stuff. But now it's like, it ain't nothing to look somebody up or FaceTime somebody or go on Facebook and
You're going too fast. Hold on.
Oh.
So we used to have fucking video games. Remember the little pong, the little boom, boom, boom. Remember that game? Like we had shit like that. That took a lot of microchips. It took a lot of technology to do that back then. So the smaller that we made the chips and the faster we made the chips and the more that we integrated the chips into our technology, that made us capable of getting these powerful devices that's right in our pocket. So not only that, the other thing I wanted to mention, and I'm going to revisit this with more facts one day, but in Moore's Law, there's a word that's called exponential. Exponential. Let me put it up here somewhere. Exponential. That word is very important in the definition. It was one of the words I didn't know what the fuck does exponential mean.
What?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, I didn't know what it meant. Like, I've heard it before, but I didn't know what it meant. And exponential to me means like graphs. It means like but I couldn't put it into like
how to
okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew
everyday
right,
usage.
or at least what they were trying to say in this technology thing. But exponential meaning, so like for those of you who don't know, he tried to play me right now.
No, I ain't trying to play.
A lot of y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna know.
He
what
gonna be excited
means.
when we start talking about stocks and bonds, and when you start talking about like loan and interest and exponentially
and growing
increasing your money.
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm
like,
on
I
it.
definitely want my business to grow exponentially.
Woo.
So, but anyway, so exponential, to make it simple and not to drag this on. So like if we were looking at a scale, linear scale, that is dot, 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 the linear scale. So if I gain 2 points every year, so the scale will be flat, 2 points, flat, 2 points, flat, 2. So it'll gradually go up, right? Exponential growth means you almost gonna flatline to a little bit, little bump here, little bump here, little bump here, little bump here, but eventually you're gonna do this. Like there's gonna be a point. You like I think it's like you double the. It's an actual.
It multiplies about the same rate each
right.
year,
So
but you
like,
start with the same quantity. That
right.
You had
So it'd be like 1 times 1, then it'd be like 2 times 2, then it'd be 3 times 3, then it'd be 4 times 4. Is that right? No.
Yeah, no.
It would be 1 times 1, and then whatever that equals, which is 2, it would be 2 times 2, and whatever that equals.
1 times 1 is not 2. Just
what I say?
Well, you said 1 times 1 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. Anything times 1
All right.
is 1.
Let me.
It increases. So if this year you got 1, next year you're gonna have 2. So when you have 2, if that multiplies by 2, the next year you're gonna have 4. That 4 is gonna multiply. You're then gonna have 8. Then 8, 16, 16,
right.
32, 32,
right,
64.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah. So at some point, you're gonna have a big ass number like 100 and something that has to be multiplied by 100 and something, and then you're not gonna have so that it's gonna be like 100 a stack. Then it's gonna be that stack times a stack. Then it's gonna.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. My bad. All right. Then it's gonna be a stack times a stack. Then it'll be whatever that number is, 110,000, 100,000, whatever the fuck number is right now. It's gonna be that times that. So that's exponential growth. So you're gonna start really slow and gradually grow, and at some point it's gonna skyrocket. So I'm sorry about my little rant there. Our technology is growing at an exponential rate. So like we started off slow. We started doubling up to what I say, 2 microchips more than, or doubling the microchips every 2 years.
And the processing power.
And we way past that. And we're gonna be way past that. And to move forward in my argument here, my point is, if our technology is moving at that rate, at some point, we have to keep up with it. Not at some point. We're keeping up with it now. But in order for us to keep up with it when it grows at that exponential rate, which we're real close to, I believe, we're going to have to integrate with it. So when I mean
We're
like...
working on that already.
We are. We're probably doing it already.
Yeah,
like when I say the monitors and the computer are 2 different things, like the computer controls what you see on the monitor, right? I, the human, control what I want the computer to do. So, give you an example. And I just want to keep using the phone because it's an easy thing for y'all to figure out and comprehend. So, if I'm operating the computer, right? Y'all think that the computer thinks and works faster than us. It don't. Our brains we made this shit. Our brains are firing way faster than this computer can. You see what I'm saying? So, for example, I want to I already know what I'm about to type before I type it because it's in my head already. So I can't move that fast. It's going to come a point in time where we're going to be moving that fast. The only way that I can get my computer screen to move as fast as my brain is if I integrate with it. Does that make sense? So like a phone call, instead of picking up my phone and telling my phone what to do, I could just bloop, call Rob.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it sounds crazy, But that's the growth that I think we're moving towards.
Oh, we are. Well, just look at what technology we do have now. Voice control, activation, Alexa, do this. Google, do this.
That's a fact. Facial recognition.
Yeah.
That's a whole different ball game about what we're giving away.
You ever seen the movie Transcendence with my man, Johnny Depp? It's a good movie. I just watched it again a couple weeks ago.
That sounds familiar.
It's really
I don't know. Now, this is the video I was going to show you earlier. I don't know if this is a long video, actually. I think I'm going to put some clips in here. I got to figure out how to pause and figure that out. But
it's only 4 minutes.
Nah, it's 4 minutes long to play in this. So I'm going to make a marker here and pause. That's what I'm going to do. But this is still going to go. But this is the video I was talking about. So with exponential growth and our technology moving the way it's moving.
Oh, that's the robot that reads and everything. I've seen that in the military application. They got a dog that does it too.
Read.
No, it reads like the terrain and how it can open up stuff.
You seen it firing and shit?
Yeah, it got a gun. Yeah.
That shit was nuts. Even though this video is edited, I could tell. But if you watch to the end.
Nah, they had it on military technology.
No, I believe this shit is real.
Yeah, it is.
This video is edited though.
Oh, the video's edited.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I believe they're making shit like that.
Yeah, they got them.
I'm gonna post a little clip or something so y'all know what we talking about. But it's basically, for the listeners, it's basically a robot that they created on some iRobot type shit, and they gave this robot a gun. And not only did they give him a gun, he has targets lined up. They're tormenting this robot. This robot, they give him the gun, and while he's firing, they're throwing shit at him. Boom! And he's all disoriented, but hitting everything on target. As they're throwing boulders at him, they're kicking him, they knocked him down. He got up and just bling! For real, hit the fucking, so you could tell some of the shit in there is edited as far as, I think.
Chappy.
Yeah, it's, anyway, but our technology, that's not really what I want to talk about. We're integrating with the technology. It's more like we're going to have to integrate with the technology to live at some point in time. Think about some of y'all with newer cars. My car. I haven't had a car that had a key, a physical key to stick in the ignition and turn in the last 5-6 years. Now, if you had money, that'd be a lot longer for you. But cars don't have keys nowadays. Just think about that. I don't know about y'all, but if you still have to go to a laundromat, laundromats don't use change anymore.
Oh, they don't?
No! They got well, if you in the hood, they still got the old school joints. Yeah, if you in the hood or some urban areas, they still got the old school machines and shit. But most modern day laundromats, you get a card, like a Frankie's card, and you load it up with money, and you just swipe it, or, you know what I'm saying? The casinos don't really use change anymore or cash. They use a card, they print out a receipt, and you go to the booth, and then you get the money. So it's we're eliminating words. LOL. JK. We're eliminating shit. That's just shorthand. That has nothing to do with my technology thing. But either way, we're gonna eliminate money. We're eliminating the value of a dollar, Bitcoin, all these other forms of currency. That's gonna happen too.
You're going to a whole nother level.
I know. I'm all over the place right now. Right?
I'm about to say the whole money thing.
But I still think our technology plays a role in that.
Oh, it definitely does.
Y'all got all this money in the bank. Technically,
don't nobody rob banks no more.
They
rob your identity.
Think about this. Technically, that shit ain't nothing but numbers on a fucking screen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's not backed by cash.
Right. It's not backed by
cash
nothing.
Ain't backed by gold.
Right.
No more,
it's not backed by nothing. It's literally
it's
just numbers on the screen. So it's you ever see that movie where they have the value on your wrist, you just and steal people or send people's money or
oh yeah.
It was with Justin
Timberlake. Yeah, I remember that.
But on some shit like that. That won't too far fetched.
Nah.
If they eliminate cash or not even cash,
they're working on that now.
They are. But the use of it, we already got credit cards and shit. So imagine.
I actually got some cash in my pocket today, which is rare.
Imagine cash was eliminated, or fuck it, we'll say keys and cash is eliminated. Somehow it's a card. I'm not even gonna go to the chip part because I think some point we have to put a chip in us. But
I think in Europe they already got that.
they probably do. No, they definitely do. They definitely exist. But like if you have a card to open your car door, say your house door, say your house, you got a house and you got a card. There's no more keys no more. So in order, facial recognition. I unlock my iPhone 10 with my face. So imagine I had to do that with my car. Imagine I had to do that with my door to my house. Imagine I had to do that with my
Sweden. They're the ones that got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's what I mean when I say we're gonna have to integrate with the technology at some point to live. Not like it wouldn't be a choice. It's like, yo, you want to drive this car? Well, this car is a 2030 Chevy Malibu, if that even exists in 2030. And the way you unlock this car and start the ignition is with your facial recognition, just like your iPhone 10, exponential growth. We're unlocking our phones in 2019. We'll be unlocking doors and unlocking bank accounts and unlocking a lot of other shit with facial recognition or eye retina. Like, that's what I mean.
I'm about to build my own island in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, them people who live off the grid.
Oh yeah,
they the only ones that's gonna survive if some shit happen. Like, or if they decide like I'm not putting no chip in my arm. And
you ever think about that? If shit really went down and like all the power was cut, all the internet was cut,
they the only ones that's gonna survive.
Who's really gonna survive? Because who really knows how to farm?
Them wild
who knows how to
people,
hunt livestock, stuff like that. I'm going with some country boys.
The people that if you've seen right now, you'd be like, how do they live that way? They don't even have internet.
I'm gonna be chilling with
cable.
The people who are currently homeless right now. That's who I'm gonna be chilling with.
I don't know about that.
Why?
Because they're not. I don't want to say.
You don't think they know how to survive?
I didn't say that, but they're not surviving the best on the best level, I guess, or on the top tier. I would go with the fucking what's them people called? The Amish, like them.
Yeah, I mean
that ain't they not like the bums is different. The bum put a tent up under a bridge. The Amish,
he's still alive though and eating.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
But I feel you though about what you're saying about the Amish though.
But yeah, but to wrap this up, I like at some point we're gonna have to integrate with our technology because it's moving at an exponential rate. And
it may one day
we can't keep up with it, and we're gonna have to keep up with it at some point. And if we don't, this is my other conspiracy theory: our technology can surpass us.
I think we're moving in that direction.
I think we are too. If our technology surpasses us, it's gonna recognize that we're the problem, and can want to eliminate us, the problem.
Oh, we done went straight Ultron.
That's like a lot of the movies and them shits that you see in the motherfucking aliens, or not the aliens, the robots turn against us.
AI.
That's not too far fetched, yo, for real. Like no, it's really not. Think about this: if anything on the planet was to be, what's the word when there's no more? Extinct. If anything on the planet right now was to go extinct, almost anything. This is like, fact check this. Almost anything goes extinct. The planet is gonna suffer.
Yeah.
Fucking bugs, all the flies, them shits go extinct. Planet gonna suffer. I don't know how. I can't figure that one out right now. But somehow, like the planet's gonna suffer. Like if all the leaves fucking fall, all the trees, obviously the planet's gonna suffer. If something completely is gone, is a trigger effect. Something's gonna suffer. If this animal that only this animal eats is extinct. Then now that animal ain't gonna have nothing to eat. Then they're gonna go extinct or find something else to eat, or you know what I'm saying. So like, but
that's what happened in Yellowstone Park. They were having like an overpopulation of like deer and stuff like that that were in there. So what they did was it was because they cleared the wolves out of there. But when they brought the wolves back, which were killing up everything, it actually brought a balance to it. So that way the vegetables and the
herbivores,
the plants and all that could survive because the deer were out there, eating up everything because they were left unchecked. So everything kind of checks everything. That just made me think.
So check this out. What you think gonna suffer if all the humans are gone? You think? I mean, what you think the planet's gonna suffer if all the humans are gone, or the planet's gonna flourish?
I think the planet would do better as
It
a whole.
it will.
Yeah.
And
We
and
fuck
that-
up most
and
of
that's
everything
and
here.
that's a fact.
Yeah.
So if our technology becomes intelligent,
Which it is. And it's getting better.
and
we're getting dumber.
and
truth
it
be told.
can. There's a word for this. I can't think, but if and it can think on its own. If it's intelligent and it
Artificial
can.
intelligence. AI. That's what it is.
That's not the word I was looking for, but damn, you're right. That's not the word I was looking for.
Cognitive.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, like it's able to come up with its own ideas and its own
Decision making.
Yeah,
skills.
like binary. I don't know why that word came up, but it might fit somewhere in here. But like,
we just gonna throw them out there.
yeah,
till they
like,
fit.
but like, if it can do that, it can realize at some point that we are more of a threat and a problem to the planet and ourselves than anything else. So why wouldn't it want to eliminate or get rid of all the
problem.
bad seeds? Exactly. So like, with being that our technology is growing exponentially, and it is, I think I ain't gonna front. I do read a little bit. It's slowed down for a whole nother reason I ain't going into. It has something to do with the microchips being too small.
I think that's and money.
Nah, but fuck it, I'm gonna go into it a little bit. Microchips. If y'all look up Moore's law and do your own homework, you'll see exactly what I'm saying. But it did slow down. So the fact that it's gonna sprock up exponentially is not a fact anymore because it did slow down. So being that it slowed down, the microchip has to transition into something else. So they're creating microchips that think for themselves, like I said. So for example, if you constantly go online and use a certain keystroke, it's gonna somehow the microchips are gonna know that and interpret what you might do already based on what you've been doing and think like it has a mind. Like so the microchips are somehow gonna turn into that, which was gonna make our our technology think for us. Versus me telling it what to do, it's gonna tell me what I probably want.
Intel has that. They already got commercials out for it.
Do they?
Yeah. It's called AI. It's a matter of fact, Common is talking on one of the commercials about it.
Damn, it might be too late.
Yeah, man.
I should get this podcast earlier. But yeah, so that's where our technology, I believe, is going, and
The AI chip.
even people who like grandfathered into the I don't even have an email address and I'm sorry I just made it some old white lady that, but you know, I don't want to do that and I'm not paying my bills online, and it's like we're so past that. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how many people like really felt that way and still do?
Oh yeah.
Like,
I was just like that till too long ago. Now it's just I'm lazy.
You're-
That's what won me
But
over.
you're closer to the generation that grew up on technology. We didn't. We gradually seen it happen, and you know. But there's a generation like I don't know what year, probably like in the 90s. They grew up and was born with internet.
Yeah.
We seen the beginnings of it. We seen the gradual
Yeah, we started with the CDs you stole from the
Right.
Grocery store.
Exactly. So we have that aspect. So it's like some of these the last generation and maybe the other half of ours, the ending half of ours, that's all they know. You know what I'm saying? All they know is technology. All they know is tech and the growth of it.
Well, it's still. I'm gonna say this in an idealistic form, not necessarily relating to technology, the type of technology, but more as the idea. We can say the same thing about the difference between us and our parents. I mean, we grew up with TV. Some of our parents didn't have a TV, or they only had 3 channels. We had the cable, we had the VHRs, we had the DVDs, stuff like that.
Yeah, but
so go ahead.
That goes into my exponential growth. Our parents had perfect example. Our parents had what was before VHS? What was those 8 tracks?
Oh, you talking about music now?
I'm just telling you any. I'm using it as an example. So like
Form of media.
we had a form of media. We had 8 track. Well, they had 8 tracks, right? From 8 tracks, and y'all can look this up. I needed somebody to have this on deck so I can have more facts. But 8 tracks to VHS or 8 tracks to tapes,
8 tracks
right?
to tape. Yeah.
So what's the time frame there? Has to be like at least a decade or more. I'm guessing. But from 8 tracks to tapes, there's a gap there. So then from tapes to what? CDs?
Yeah.
Yes, from tapes to CDs.
And who got CDs anymore?
Is a quicker. It's a lot faster. That time frame ain't no decade.
I don't know. A CD was kind of a step back. That wasn't nothing but a fancy record.
I forgot records.
LPs were before.
I forgot records. So records falls in there too. So like, but either way, so we got tapes to CDs, then CDs to DVDs, DVDs to Blu-rays,
and Blu-rays to everything.
Blu-rays to
now.
MP3 players,
Man,
MP3 players to streaming, digital streaming. So if y'all were to take and I could be missing some forms of media, but just check this out. From 8-tracks to tapes, nice gap. From tapes to CDs, it's a smaller gap. From CDs to DVDs, even a smaller gap. From DVDs to Blu-rays, even a smaller gap. To what? Streaming? No, to MP3 players. To streaming. Even those, like all, we, in my generation seen tapes, CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, MP3 players, streaming, digital. That's where we're at right now. That shit didn't happen in the other generations.
Nah.
You see what I'm saying? Exponential growth. We're close to it, or we're there. We're really fast. We're expanding, and it's like, what's the next? Y'all think the Jetsons shit is fucking like so far fetched, but all right.
Nah, it's here. We got it.
All right, so let me segue into. I'm working on some questions, some ideas, some segues, if and when we have guests. So I'm gonna try them first on you. So, and it kind of goes into what we're already talking about.
Right.
So, what would you rather? Would you rather have the power or technology to hit a pause button or to hit a rewind button in your life? Like, you can pause this moment right now.
Oh, in my life?
Yeah, or you rewind, like, you had to pick one. And I guess I'll answer.
I think I'm more of a pause person. I don't like going backwards. I've never been a backtracker. Even when we had our VHS, I didn't like rewinding too much. Like, I'd rather just go watch the movie again later. Yeah, that's me. I'm sorry.
You didn't have the option to do it that fast. Our technology wasn't. It would have took you to get up, walk over there, hit rewind. Oh shit, I went too far.
Or even if you hit the button on the remote, it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
You take the risk of fucking the tape up.
Yeah, it gets tangled up in the VHS. You messed up my Aladdin. That actually happened one time.
Right, so
but yeah, I'm a more pause.
You would pause.
Yeah.
Pause in the moment. Keep it hot.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want the power or ability to go back and possibly do something different. And not just to think of it that way, but just, even if we had the power to pause, say you can only
so
go
if you
back
rewind, you can actually change.
I don't know. I'm making all this shit up on the fly.
Okay. I mean, if you can change
I would say if you rewind, you could.
I don't know.
Nah, you know what? Nah, you can't change nothing.
No, yeah. If I can't change nothing, yeah, just I'll pause it and enjoy
You could replay a great moment.
I could, but at
you
the same
can go
time,
back and replay something and figure out how to get out of it, or how to. Well, that would be changing it, right?
That would be changing it. That would definitely be changing it.
Well, fuck it. If you're gonna rewind, I mean, we ain't talking about VHS. We talking about new technology. So you would be able to change it. Fuck that. Yeah. You'd be able to change it. You'd be able to go back and remember.
Backtrack and edit.
Exactly. You'd be able to edit your life. That's hard. That's hard. You would be able to edit your life. Would you do that shit?
That's a harder one.
Man, I would walk in the room with background music on my shit on some Superflies, like.
I don't know. I like the way my life has turned out. I do expect it and want it to get better, but I also see how little things have decided and put me in the place that I'm in, and I don't know if I want to change all that.
So I'm not saying.
I'm a big believer in the butterfly effect.
I'm not saying anything in a negative way. I'm saying if you were able to even make certain decisions, not necessarily avoid anything. Say you could just make different decisions in certain places so you can get to where you're visualizing you want to be. You still wouldn't
I don't think
I ain't
so,
trying to sell it. I'm just.
Nah, I feel you.
I'm actually
I don't
thinking for
think so.
myself because I'm not.
You're leaning towards
Fuck
rewinding.
that pause shit. Like, I'm not pausing. What the hell? I just wanted and just start looking at a picture. Pause the moment and still. I'm not doing that. I'd rather.
You ain't never went back and looked at a old pic, like,
If I had the power to rewind, I could still do that. I can go back and
then just relive it over and over.
yeah. I can relive the pic. I can. Oh, this shit was great. Let me go back and do that again.
I don't know. I just
Or you know what would be hot about that? What if it's like you said, it's a great moment. Something happened 4 years ago, and then I move on. You know what? Let me go back 4 years real quick. Just really relive this real quick, like a memory. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that would get old after a while too, though. We have addictive natures as human beings, period. So if we like something, we want to keep going for it. That's why people have such a problem with food, sugar, cocaine, weed, alcohol, things like that. When we like something, we want to keep it. Well, that's why we got problems with binge watching on Netflix, and now we got Disney Plus. You know how much productivity got lost this week because of Disney Plus? So it's like we have a bad habit of, like I said, we're gonna abuse something. So if we want to keep going back, anytime you having a bad day, I'm gonna go back 4 years ago. Anytime you feeling bad or I don't really like today, I'm gonna go back. You know, the other day when everything was great.
what's wrong with that?
After a while, it kind of gets like, you ever notice somebody that lives at the beach that don't really appreciate the beach as much as you do when you go to the beach?
Yeah.
You're not gonna appreciate that moment as much if you gotta keep reliving it.
All right, let's stay right there. So, I'm hearing that they're making some type of a microchip or something for like Alzheimer's or something. That's when you forget shit, right?
Alzheimer's.
Like, okay, so
And dementia.
yeah, there's a chip out that they're making or developing, or maybe in the makes or whatever, something like that. That you can put in your brain, and instead of me forgetting that my daughter is my daughter, even though she comes here and visits every day,
It
looks just
those
like
connections back
Right.
to the memory.
I can hit a button and then get flooded with, you know, whatever thoughts or memories. It's my brain, so it's not like I have. You know where I'm going?
Yeah,
Hold on.
hear where you're going.
So
I'm
like
scared
I have
like that.
access to all of this already in my brain. So almost like I'm saying about reliving a moment or reliving a. Say you can't like go into like a matrix and really feel like you're living in the moment. What if I was able to hit a button and just flood my head with memories of it, vivid memories that, because there's a lot of shit that every one of us can't tap into that are there. They exist.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's like when you were a kid, a baby, like there's memories, you know, whether it be something traumatic, whether it be something, but they like,
you know what's crazy? You ever had, and it's weird because they say memories are triggered by things like smell and your other senses and stuff like that. You ever caught a whiff of something and then just it triggered like a memory that you ain't never really ever thought of again?
Absolutely. You know,
like I, for instance, where was I at? I was at some restaurant. I don't even remember. But some lady walked by with some perfume, and as soon as she did, I thought of my 3rd grade teacher. I was like, yo. Like I ain't thought about this lady since I got out of school.
See, that's the thing. Your brain has all of these different highways that go to different places, and we can't tap into that shit naturally at this point. So like I'm saying, what if you were able
smoking the right shit?
What if you were able to hit a button, right? What if you were able to hit a button and you get all of that memory,
you know how
flooded, and now you're like, damn, I can picture my 3rd grade teacher. I can smell her.
Devil's advocate.
What?
So you have the power to be able to do that, right? How do you navigate?
Well, this is a real thing.
No, it is. So how do you navigate?
I don't know.
How do you know if you don't remember it? How do you even know that you're supposed to be looking for it? And I say that because
what do you mean?
Because the whole thing is about memory. Like you're having trouble remembering or tapping into certain memories that you don't know.
Let me clarify what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there is some type of a chip or something that's helping with the memory. I just ramped up the idea. I don't even know if it works like this. What I'm saying,
I'm sure there's direction that you're going in.
That's exactly it. It's gonna happen. So my thing is, what if we ramp it up a little bit? And I'm like, yo, I had the power to hit a button and either think about certain memories or go back to a certain time frame, or what if I had the power to do that? That's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
I still think it's dangerous. You can get lost.
They're your memories.
They're your yes, and just like you said, think about how many things are saved on a computer or saved online or saved whatever. When you go search for something on the internet, how many times do you get distracted finding 50 million thousand other things other than what you originally went up there to look for?
That's a fact, all the time.
And this is a computer that you're just typing on. Imagine something being in your brain like that. You got years and years and years of data. Not to mention, and we're going to go a little bit further on that technology that you're talking about. You ever played Assassin's Creed?
Yes.
Do you know they're really, really trying to figure out ways to unlock your DNA memory to be able to find your ancestors' memory? Like, that's a real thing. Oh, my bad. That's a real thing. Like, that's real. So could you imagine, like, with that technology and they're able to figure out how to unlock your ancestors' DNA, it's really going to be like you can just relive centuries of history. I don't want that. Man, fuck around being a sugar cane somewhere down in the Caribbean or something with my people working in it. I don't want to remember that. No.
What's wrong with that?
No, what's wrong with that?
Bomba
yeah, okay. All right. I'll be down there with La Overture and the rest of them trying to rebel in Haiti, getting shot up and cut up. And nah, man. Seeing people hanging. Nah.
I don't think. I
be done woke up and just shot somebody off gate. Hey!
Alright, so say you did say you didn't have a choice. Or say something else that you had to get, this was a part of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? The chip.
Oh, it's definitely going to go in that direction.
Say you had a chip and it just was for your car and your door and like your ID. Say we didn't need IDs anymore. Like they scan you. Like, all right.
That's what Sweden got already.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's what they got.
Like you can't, like a form of ID is so you can't be somebody else, or you can't, I know everything about you based on. Of course, that's gonna happen. Yeah. Or hot chips. I got chips for sale. Yo, what you trying to be like?
Got chips for sale.
Yeah. High credit scores, anything you need. I got chips. Like, back to the first question. What was the first question?
The memory I would go back to.
Yeah, which positive good memory?
I'd say the first time.
Would you go back to and revisit?
The first time I remember my parents taking me and my little brother to Myrtle Beach.
Oh.
Yeah. We went out there, and it happened to be, I think it was Bike Week or something that week. So they had like all the crazy like Transformer type cars that used to flip up like real Transformers. I was like, oh shoot, Transformers is real. But and they had the bike show and stuff like that. We were right on the main strip, so we could see all the lights and the bikes doing like a little parade. And I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. They let us stay up late all night and watch cable and eat TV dinners. We thought we was living the life. So, that'd probably be one. That'd definitely be one.
I ain't tearing up, y'all. I got something in my eye.
Nah, it's all right, man. It's okay to show your vulnerable side.
Yeah, man, I ain't do them type of things with my brother.
So.
That's a fact, though. I didn't. Or I wouldn't remember, which is why I can't wait till we get them chips.
I was going to say, you the younger brother.
We gonna get them chips, dog. Hit the memory button. But alright, so let me answer that question. We can move on to the next question. What was the question again?
What memory would you replay?
Which memory would I replay or go back to? I would say when I got my black belt. I think I'll use that one. That would be one of the things I would want to, because I was a rebel and I was supposed to get my black belt along with another group of people that I started with. And once I turned about 15, I started acting like a 15-year-old, and I started hanging out with some ignorant people, and they didn't shun me for going and taking karate. They just clowned me, and I didn't give a fuck. At first I did, but you know what it was? I gave a fuck up until I got my black belt. That's why, when I got my black belt, you couldn't tell me shit.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell me a fucking thing. Like, I was walking around, yanking on my, like, I had to take the bus to karate. Like, I'm 15, 16, 17 around this, So, I had to take the bus, so I had to walk through the whole neighborhood in my gi, which is my uniform.
Gotcha, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, summertime, I would throw a t-shirt over it, but you would see my belt hanging out. You would see I'm in a uniform, like, and mind you, like, none of my peers did this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
just you.
Mm-hmm. And I want to say I was forced at first, and then I ended up liking it. It was one of the sports that I did. It was a sport to me. It was like football or basketball or anything else, but it was I was fighting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Once
I got away with it.
Yeah, after the art, once I got over, like, I had to learn Japanese, and I had to learn, forms, and I had to learn all of these weapons. I had to learn, like, that part was like going to school and like doing and that shit I didn't like at first. Yeah. I was like, this is stupid. But once you put it all together, and then I'm going to tournaments and shit. And then, it's like, literally, it's like a fighting sport. Yeah. So I actually became good at it, and then I excelled really fast. But then I started falling off again because I got a job. This is going on a rant. But anyway, I got a job at the camp, or at a camp that I used to go to every summer. And I started doing things. In
Money
the camp.
changed.
Yeah, honestly, I started smoking. I started smoking weed at that time. I started smoking really late. And between smoking and getting money and fucking with girls and karate went on the back burner after that. But I had already got my black belt, and anyway, it took me a long time to get it because right when I was supposed to get it is around that time when I was saying I started fucking smoking, I started doing stupid shit, I started
feeling yourself.
Yeah, and then it showed in the dojo. You know what I'm saying? And my sensei knew it. He wasn't having it. So, like, when I was supposed to get my black belt with everybody else, he sat my ass down. He humbled me, which a good sensei is supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And then at the time, I didn't realize I was mad. But I stuck with it, you know what I'm saying? And because that was a goal I had. Like, I wasn't about to
put in all this work and not
in all this time. This was like 2 years in at this point. Like, anyway, make a long story short, yeah. So, getting it, I had to get it by myself. Every other group of black belt testing was like in groups, 2 people, 3 people. I had to do that shit by myself, and it was for 2 days. So like, it was another accomplishment, and it was another like I'm the shit ego.
Anybody else do this?
Yeah. It was like, even though it was a punishment, and I got humbled. I got a stamp on my testing that none of y'all have. Like, none of y'all had to do this dolo in front of everybody and fight everybody by themselves. Like, y'all didn't have to do that. So, and I didn't look at it as a punishment. Well, kind of. In the testing, I looked at it as a punishment still. I was like, I'm getting punished still. Like, that shit was terrible, yo. But at the end of the day, it was worth it. And it definitely put an ego stroke that I needed at the time. You know, just to excel. But anyway, that's my happy moment. And is there a part 2 to that question or not?
Nah. Well, you asked it.
I forgot. I think it was a good question. All right.
So that was the technology bits.
Yeah, that was a tech bit.
Moore's Law. Look it up.
Yeah, look up Moore's Law. Look up exponential. Look up.
Check out the movie Transcendence.
Check out Transcendence. Shit, I got a bunch of movies if you want to go there. Check out iRobot. Check out Transcendence. Check out the Justin Timberlake movie with the...
What is
Check
that?
out...
Was it Out of Time?
Fuck that.
Was that what it was?
Just watch Black Moon. Is it Black Moon?
Oh,
Black Mirror. I'm tripping. Just watch Black Mirror. Just watch those shits. That's up to date.
What's your thing about the girl with the credit thing?
Watch all of them. Except for the first one. The first one is trash. Watch all of them. They're a little bit drawn out, but if you watch them and you pay attention, I promise you,
they start making sense.
Yeah, and you look at your world today differently, and you would look at the possible tomorrow completely differently as well.
What was the other one? Love, Robots, and Sex, or something like that. on Netflix. That was actually pretty good
I
too.
don't think I've seen that, but
Check that one out.
The
too.
thing about I'm so like I wish I'm gonna write all this shit down one day. A lot of the older videos, the 90s, the early 2000s, like the shit that they were saying and doing, like is so crazy. Like
How it's coming.
it's like a lot of it's not fully coming to fruition, but it's like we're close, and it's like we're fucking on the edge of a lot of shit, and it's like
You gotta read 1984 by George Orwell. He pretty much, you need to read it, and he wrote it in. Let's see, was it 18?
what would you rather have?
What?
X-ray vision or bionic ears? Or bionic hearing?
Bionic hearing.
Bionic meaning like you can hear people's thoughts?
Nah, that's psychic. Bionic would just mean I could hear from like long distances or through walls and shit like that.
So if I got X-ray vision and I could see through shit, will be equivalent to hearing. To hear through shit? So bionic hearing, yeah.
Yeah, bionic hearing, yeah. I would pick the hearing. I like to know what people talking about. I want to know what's on your mind. I don't need to see everything.
Yeah, but
What?
I'm play devil's advocate.
Yeah, alright.
I'm gonna go the X-ray vision.
For what reasons though?
For the same reasons. I can see everything.
Oh yeah. But if you can see them and you see two people talking and you don't know what they talking about, that just seems more frustrating to me.
I might not be able to know specifics, but you can tell body language. Body language says it all.
It don't say it all. It
Well, that's
give
what I'm
you an
saying.
idea,
It wouldn't give me the details.
but I like the details. I need to know what the hell's going on. I can close my eye. I ain't got to see you moving to hear you move or to yeah. We're on a freaking podcast. People just need to listen and hear.
That's a fact.
I'm taking bionic hearing. Final answer.
Would you rather be... Nah, that's not... I don't got another would you rather. I got...
Did you get stuck?
No, I'm trying to read from long distance.
And he got his glasses
I
off.
might have to edit that. All right, what appliance can't you live without?
What appliance?
Yeah.
My washer and dryer. I refuse to go to the laundromat. I refuse it.
Give me a more personal... All right, so what...
You don't get much personal.
Give me
in
an
that
accessory. What accessory can't you live without then?
Right now I'd have to say my cell phone. 'Cause I do a lot of shit on my cell phone.
That's too much of it easy.
I'm sorry, you said accessory.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's the only accessory I got. I mean, it got my music on it. It got some of my bank stuff on it.
Have we ever used this one? Give me 5 accessories that you can't live without on a daily.
No, we never did it.
All right, well that's a good one. 5 accessories that you can't do without on a daily.
I don't have that. I really don't. I'm really simple, dude.
You can't name 5 accessories that...
Yeah, bro. I grew up broke. Like broke. It don't faze me to be without.
All right, well let me answer that question then. That's easy for me.
If I got food,
I would need more than 5 things, but and I would say, you know what? I'm gonna even take the cell phone out of the equation just to make it a little bit more difficult for me.
Go ahead. 1949 is when he wrote it, but it predicted stuff that's happening even now.
Who? What?
George Orwell, 1984.
My earpods, or some form of headphones or ear, some form of that's a must. My e-cig. That is, I used to smoke cigarettes. I don't. I vape now. And now these things are apparently killing people. I can't fucking win. But currently I still feel strong about this is better than burning a cigarette and putting that burnt shit in your lungs. So even though yes, I smoke medical marijuana. But anyway, I need my. I can even do without a lighter. I don't even need a lighter anymore because I don't really smoke like that. So I got.
So how you gonna get your medical right?
I don't smoke when I'm out in a. I'm talking about like when I'm.
You said, what can you go without?
I'm talking about things like I need to have on a daily, like when I leave the house, 5 accessories that I can't not have. Is that right? Not have.
Is a wallet considered that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My wallet.
Yeah, you can say that.
My wallet and my phone and my keys. That's all I need.
Yeah, wallet. All right, so that's 3.
All right. I'm good then. And a car. I gotta have a car.
Especially that's not an accessory. That's
okay. I don't know.
I'm just saying, like things that you would grab and put in your pocket, or
oh,
maybe the question could have been like 5 things that you have in your pocket at all times, or you need to have at all times, or.
Yeah, I only got 3 things total. Actually, I got 4. I got some cash today, which is rare.
That don't count it.
It don't.
All right, so I'm trying to think about the answer too. I need my ear pods. I need my vape. I need. I would say keys, but I'm gonna make it more difficult. Keys don't count.
Well, damn, I'm down to 1 again. It's a wallet.
Well, when I leave the house, I wanna say I need to take my laptop with me, and I typically do. I never use it, but
You don't need
I
it.
always be thinking, all right, I'm gonna pull this out and do this. I gotta finish this design.
I do that.
Or I gotta edit this, and I'm gonna have this window during the day where I can go edit this, or and I never do it. But yeah, so I grab my laptop. Fuck it, phone. That's a must. Or phones. And what else do I always need? A pair of change of clothes. Because I need to go to the gym.
Well, you see,
Clarify that.
that ain't for me.
Yeah.
That ain't been my.
I need to, yeah. There's a chance I might go to the gym, or I might go for a run, or I might, so I need a change of clothes.
Although I do have a change.
You know,
of
I
clothes
need
in
to
the car,
start
though.
bringing now. I need to start bringing like an extra pair of socks, and because like today my shits was sweating, and they got wet, and I was like, yo,
You hear that cold?
I was like, I never thought about this. Like, I can't even switch my shits. I gotta finish my day with some wet fucking feet, like. Until my day is over and I can switch my shoes, like, I got my work shoes, but I wasn't about to switch my work shoes to my good shoes at work, like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, we about an hour in, man. We freestyled all of that shit. Hopefully we got some good content.
Technology.
It's been another episode.
Computer love. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's another thing. You hear about the sex robots can really take people out? Like, they said people can hack them to take you out. Dude made a comment on the Twitter post. He was like, yeah, that's ain't different from a regular girlfriend then. I was like, yeah. But for real, it's junk's crazy.
I'd get a sex robot.
They too expensive for me.
That's why I would never get one. I'm just saying, if I had
If
the
it was
money
cost effective,
or it was reasonable.
Oh yeah.
But see, I'm a gadget guy though. See, that's not. and I would say I'm probably low key a freak. Like, and so between the two, and if I had money, why the fuck wouldn't I have a sex toy or a yeah.
Sex bot.
Yeah, I'd probably use it once or twice, and that shit will sit in the closet.
Collecting dust.
Like the rest of the accessories and toys and shit that I bought. Use it once or twice just to get it out of your system, and it's like, put that shit over there.
Can't resell that on Craigslist.
And then you can always have those stories where people talk, I got one of those. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I did that.
yeah, and don't ever try to like question me on it because I'll pull it out. Like, pause. Pause.
Wait, what is going on here? I don't like it. Pineapples. Nah, shit's crazy. You used to get the grab bags from Priscilla's too, huh?
I never really shopped this. I went to a sex shop once.
Oh,
3
word?
times.
Is it? Oh.
3 times. And the reason why
My ex used to work there.
they got shit. They got some good shit there. The problem with sex shops are they're expensive. They're overpriced shit.
Yeah, true.
Like,
Maybe we need to open up one.
yeah,
It's a healthy profit.
yeah, sex sells.
Expeditiously.
That's a fact. Sex definitely spells. Sex sells. But yeah, most sex shops is overpriced. Like something that's worth $10, $20 is like $50, $60 in there. Like, so they be ODing. But they do got a lot of shit. But you can just shop online for all the same shit. Go to Amazon. Yeah. And that shit'll be at your door in 2 days, and you got a fucking big ass whatever you want.
You know what? I wonder if Walmart sells sex toys.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
They sell everything. They sell Jordans.
Nigga, no, they don't.
They do.
They probably got Jumpmans. They don't. You can't get like the Jordan 11s in Walmart,
Bro.
But yeah, they
online they got them all. Told you. Thought I was bullshit.
That's like that's not Walmart.
That is Walmart. That's next day delivery Walmart.
Why are they so expensive?
I don't know. Those are just those first two, and they retro pairs.
Well, that's the app, I guess. Walmart app is third party and fourth party, and
you can't just walk into the store and get them.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about.
No.
Just like you can't. All right, so like,
let me see.
Listen, Walmart is in competition with Amazon type shit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Amazon. Yeah.
So, but they're third partying because they still might go buy it from Amazon,
of course,
then get it and ship it to you.
What do you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Walmart sells sex toys. Oh, I knew about that shit. That's in the condom section.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they third and fourth party, and that's why it's extra expensive.
Oh, let's go back to the memories I would delete. So when I was about 9,
we back.
Yeah,
we back in the building.
Yeah,
Let's
we were going to close out
yeah.
last 2 minutes. 9 years old. I hope my mom don't watch this. Grandmother passes, so we got to go clean out her house and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I pick up I thought it was a shoebox. I pick up this shoebox, open it up, and it's a big white, what I thought was a rolling pin in the fucking shoebox. It wasn't a rolling pin. You flip the switch and it was a damn vibrator, bro. I'm like, yo, I did not need to know that about my grandmother. That is a memory I'd probably delete. I just thought about it.
Look, I never asked this man about a delete button.
You was like, if you could get rid of a memory. That was
I never said that.
That was earlier.
I didn't say get rid of a memory. I said what memory would you always go back to?
That was the first question. The second time you asked me, because then you started saying it got dark. What would I delete, right?
Maybe I did. I gotta go back.
You did. It's all right. It's on the footage. Y'all will see it.
Yeah,
and now this is a memory that y'all need to delete because I gotta put it out there.
I think the hottest thing that I thought about that's probably exists or somebody else thought about as well is like just like that Alzheimer's shit. Like when they hit a button to get their memories back or to get whatever hits their cerebellum or whatever it stimulates in their brain. Like imagine you can hit a button and really go back to certain times and memories in your own life. That shit is crazy. Like, and shit, they got chips they putting in people's lungs to breathe for them. Like, they got chips they putting in people's brains to like make shit circulate in they. So it's not far fetched. They already doing it. So I'm just saying when it's universal with your car chip and your facial recognition, and when it gets to that point, you could just get some upgrades. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what chip you got?
I don't know, but I just learned something.
You got the 2-point thing. I got that new upgraded joint. Like, check this out.
That's all right. Y'all get chipped up if you want to.
I can send a memory to you. Yo, look at this real quick.
And when the lady at the bank sees your porn history on your wrist, you're gonna know something. Like, what the fuck? He was just looking up dildos at Walmart. I didn't even know Walmart sold them.
Yeah,
It was 3 pages of that shit, by the way. I was just scrolling through it.
And he kept scrolling, too.
Yeah. He wasn't done. What the hell?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Alright. I think that's a wrap.
Okay, end the podcast now?
Yeah, we gonna go ahead. It's your show.
Nah, it's our show.
Oh, I mean, I ain't the guest no more? Co-host.
Yeah, you just...
Give me my badge. I need a badge
everybody's
on
a
this
co-host. Right?
I got a badge on this league. I need co-host on this league.
I ain't even got no badge on my shit.
You are the shit.
Oh, knock it off. Pause. Anyway, this has been another episode of the HD High Def Podcast.
Skywalker route.
This is my radio voice. And we are out.
We're brothers.
I'm about to take it to these niggas real HD, real high definition. You dig?
Watch. Yeah. Should I do for a living? Should I eat for a living? Watch. Should I live for a living? Watch.